Wait a minute, Warner Brothers? Those assholes wouldn't know how to Star War if Yoda lightsabered them in the Batmans. Do you get the feeling with this music that you're watching somebody's fan film, or a Simpsons parody, or a piece of you don't want to watch? Star the Clone Wars Wars. Also, this movie supposedly takes place between episodes 2 and 3 of the prequels, which means this movie is stuck between the taint and butthole of the Star Wars franchise.
A galaxy divided!
Oh no, the movie replaced its scrolling text with an overeager narrator. Also, this feels like it needs spinning newspapers.
And the innocent become victims in a lawless galaxy.
I've seen those ships before. I can say with confidence that those guys probably aren't innocent. If anything, they are taking Jedi to the Sarlacc pit to execute them.
Crime Lord Jabba the Hutt's son has been kidnapped by a rival band of pirates.
Excuse me, what? His son? Are you serious? Funny we're only hearing about this guy just now.
Anyone who can help us find his kidnapped son.
This warlord reaches out to the federal government to help him find his captured son, instead of simply taking matters into his own hands and sending a bunch of bounty hunters to do it.
The Hutts control the Outer Rim, and we'll need their space lanes in order to move our troops.
Jabba the Hutt is the Walder Frey of space. Or maybe Walder Frey is the Jabba Hutt of Westeros. Either way, there's a lot of gross stuff happening. Also, space lanes. Also, the Republic basically allows a mobster to control major trade routes in the Outer Rim.
The only Jedi we can spare are Skywalker and Kenobi.
Conveniently, those are the very best and well-known Jedi we have. Animators decided to cut out the middleman and make their spaceships look just like Lego sets.
We need to make contact with General Kenobi.
If only there was some sort of way we as Jedi could do that. Some sort of method or force that we could use to communicate to other Jedi.
A messenger we are sending.
Come on, guys. Was it really hard to get Frank Oz to do Yoda again? You got Samuel L. Jackson to do Windu. Of course, all it takes to get Samuel L. Jackson to do something is by saying, "I love your work, Samuel L. Jackson," and would never say anything to disparage you, not even in a Sins video, and he'd do it. Clone's gun is stuck on some sort of automatic animated blast, which disappears when the camera moves away from him, probably because the animators got tired of drawing straight blue lines that were obviously going nowhere. So, to be honest, I have no idea why they're fighting right now. Maybe they explained it? I don't know. I'm mostly just pissed off already that they took everything shitty about the Star Wars prequels and presented it with a Rankin Bass holiday special aesthetic. R2D petting. Why does this robot thing here need to rotate its head to shoot? Doesn't all of its blaster power come from the same source? Also, stealing robot designs from Syndrome. Obi-Wan, who is defending himself with slow lightsaber strokes here, somehow deflects all the blaster fire that comes anywhere near him in a screen full of blaster fire f***ery.
What's our plan of attack, sir?
Follow me.
First of all, they didn't know the plan of attack before they got to this point. Second of all, they have no f***ing plan of attack. Anakin and 5 clones attack the evil equivalent of Epcot Center. Well, I'm just praying that Captain EO makes it out alive. He didn't ask for this. Obi-Wan, Anakin, and company are clearly outgunned and outnumbered, but they still manage to defeat this army of droids. You see this shot right here? This shot explains in painful detail why a whole bunch of robots shooting each other is boring as shit. This clone loses his blaster and resorts to punching the droid, because every little bit helps, you know?
Retreat! Retreat!
Unthinking droids need a verbal command to be told to retreat, rather than a simple signal. How do you become a robot captain anyway? Aren't all these things made at the same assembly line and programmed with the same code?
You really think it's a good idea to bring a Padawan learner into all this?
Anakin has a point. They are in the middle of a f***ing battle.
You'd make a good teacher.
Yeah, until he murders the entire class.
I'm Ahsoka. Master Yoda sent me.
He doesn't often send cats, but with all the wars going on, it's hard to send homing pigeons anymore.
So he sent me to deliver the message.
Okay, but why? They didn't have any non-irritating adults that could deliver a message.
Oh, great. They don't even know we're in trouble.
Maybe you can relay a signal through the cruiser that just dropped me off.
They should not need a child to tell them this. No wonder this battle is going so badly. I found a transcript of the conversation the animators had about this planet. Here's an excerpt. The planet looks fine, but it doesn't have enough detail. Okay, fine, just draw some f***ing green lines on it or something, I don't know. This joint isn't gonna smoke itself.
We've lost the transmission, sir.
But not your transmission. Yours still coming in fine. And it's not on Yoda's end either, because Yoda and Windu will be yakking it up with this blue static guy 5 minutes later.
I'm at your service, Master Kenobi, but I'm afraid I've actually been assigned to Master Skywalker.
I see the Emperor turned off his mute button on the hologram thing, which makes him visible and
I'm Master Skywalker's Padawan. The name's Ahsoka Tano.
Plus 10 sins for Ahsoka Tano and every word that comes out of her mouth. This character almost out Jar Jar's Jar Jar.
You're stuck with me, Sky Guy.
Her calling Anakin Sky Guy induces a level of rage I rarely experience from a movie for children.
I don't even think you're old enough to be a Padawan.
But Master Yoda thinks I am.
Well, Master Yoda's about 900 years old. He is clearly becoming senile and losing his mind. Also, she looks like a cat who's proud of a that missed the litter box.
Have you thought about moving that line back, Captain?
This captain doesn't respond with, "How old are you?"
If you're a captain and I'm a Jedi...
You are definitely not a Jedi. Robot.
Someone has to get to that shield generator and destroy it.
Why is the shield generator out in the open? Why can't it be underneath the shield? Why do I have to think of these things?
If Rex and I can engage them here, you two might have a chance to get through their lines undetected here.
Movie knows this is such bullshit, would rather not establish an actual setting and prefers not to tell us where Obi-Wan is pointing.
They will march forward under the protection of their shield until they are right on top of our cannons. then they'll blow them away.
Why aren't these assholes moving faster then, if the shield is such hot? Meanwhile, on the monochrome planet of Perpelia, a guy walks around looking for the source of yellow that was rumored to be here by the old man he met at the People Eater Tavern. Only 15 minutes in, and movie is about to blow their hologram budget.
You're the one with the experience, which I'm looking forward to learning from.
Anakin is inexplicably beginning to like this girl.
Sneak through the middle then.
Impossible, unless you can turn yourself into a droid.
Wait, are you telling me that this shield has the weakness of droidsploitation? I mean, extroitation? This bullshit works. Also, this is what Anakin meant about turning themselves into a droid, hiding under a box. It's the same thing.
We're inside the shield.
This movie and my dictionary differ in the definition of shield.
I think we made it past all them, Master.
I can tell because my raccoon powers can sense danger while under a metal box.
I can't take it anymore. I have to stand up.
Maybe the so-called shield should have been made of this blue material. It seems like it's actually better at shielding things.
Jedi, don't run!
What the f*** is she talking about? I've definitely seen running Jedi before, and I don't live in this universe. Things Jedi should always be able to do, but don't. Obi-Wan shows how great he is by showing how terrible these droids are. Obi-Wan is allowed to do this.
Bring us something liquid.
Pee? I think he means pee. The f*** is this shit? Easily avoidable triple arms? Unless you're this stupid chick that caused earthquake robots? What in the tectonic f*** is this? Also, why go through all the trouble of burying landmine droids when you could just have a group of droids guarding the shields? The movie steals the Steamboat Bill Jr. thing from Buster Keaton, and I never thought I'd ever write a sentence like that.
I had everything under control.
Oh, so that's why you said...
I could use a little help!
Medic, we need a medic here!
When have the clones ever cared enough about each other in battle to call for a medic?
All cannons! Fire on those tanks!
I'm pretty shocked that the bad guys had no weapon that could destroy those cannons before they got there, but I'm also shocked I'm still watching the movie, so both of us are wrong.
What happened to the shield?
The same thing that happened to Fun.
Your reinforcements should be landing in a moment.
You mean at the exact time that you destroyed the shield and got the upper hand? That's amazing.
You're reckless, little one. You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan.
Maybe this is the point, but are you f***ing kidding me? I guess these are the bounty hunters Jabba sent, but all I saw were people in masks, so this reveal isn't nearly as powerful as Jabba wants us to think. 30 seconds of ship landing.
Pull the wall down on top of the droids.
Are we really rehashing the battle we just saw? We only have an hour and a half to get through this, and the movie is telling me about things I already saw and hated.
We should not keep the wise and powerful Jabba waiting.
He's been there how long? 2 seconds?
He demands you bring back the slime who kidnapped his little punky muffin.
Does Jabba referring to his son as a punky muffin make you angry? Or are you now Guy Pearce and Memento because of it? Discuss.
Punky?
Mocking the pet name a father has for his kidnapped son in front of the father. Also, that father is a warlord. Also, you need to borrow that warlord's space roads.
Jabba has given us only one planetary rotation to...
Cool your jets, college boy.
Shut up, Sergeant. I'm in command here.
The battle droids in this movie are programmed to be this special brand of hot-headed asshole to keep 8-year-olds entertained.
Stay close to me, if you can.
It won't be a problem, Master.
Are they flirting right now? How old is she supposed to be? Like 13?
Concentrate fire on Sector 11374265. 1137... What was that again?
It's almost like these droids don't have CPUs in them. Like they've got human brains inside their robot bodies. Did we just witness the violent end of an innocuous comic relief character? Or was that supposed to be funny? How are the droids missing this totally out in the open walker? They even have these droids hanging upside down on the cliff that should be able to take a head-on shot at it.
Gotta keep up!
Way to show a kid who's boss, Anakin.
Surrender, Jedi.
Are you on some sort of orders not to kill Jedi when you have the chance? Are you those type of evil minions? Are you saving him for Voldemort?
Blasted Ahsoka! I told you to stay close to me.
You just took out 4 droids and took one of their flying unicycles and blasted off to the top of the cliff. You even taunted her for not being able to keep up because you're so goddamn great and everything. So the f*** are you talking about?
Always in time to save your life.
Always is a strong word, given you guys have only known each other for a few hours.
This looks like one of those Baomar monk monasteries that I read about in my studies at the temple.
Apparently at Jedi school, they cover a wide range of topics for movie exposition.
Smugglers take these monasteries over, turn them into their own personal retreats.
And the monks just let them?
Murdered corpses generally can't fight back.
Not a place for a servant girl.
Do servant girls carry these?
Is Anakin gonna tell her she's holding it backwards, or should I? Pac-Man the Hutt. Also, do I want to know how that baby even came into this world? Is there a Hutt mother? Asexual reproduction? Hatching? Or budding of some kind?
I have discovered it is the Jedi who have kidnapped him.
This plan seems way too complicated to blame the Jedi for kidnapping Jabba's son. What would they gain from it? Would they have known Jabba would come to them for help after his son was kidnapped? Also, they can use his space lanes?
I think this little guy is sick. He's burning up with a fever.
Because I took a Hutt physiology class during my Jedi training, and therefore know when they have a fever.
I hate Hutts.
Got a problem, Henry. Yeah? In this screenplay? Haha, screenplay. Yeah, I know. Anyway, how do I make it believable to Jabba that the Jedi kidnapped his son? I know, have Anakin say I hate Hutts at the perfect time a spy robot comes out to find exactly that evidence. Wow, that's perfect. When do you think they'll let us out of this dungeon?
This smells like Count Dooku to me.
Nope, it's just the movie, I assure you.
We could use a little help here if you have the time.
The crux of every battle scene in this movie is the Jedi need reinforcements. I'm so tired of seeing Anakin block this blaster fire. Can someone shoot more than 2 lasers in his direction, please? There goes another Wilhelm. Only 2,500 more to go before we obliterate the species.
I suppose you have a plan.
Relying on Ahsoka for a plan. So her plan is to have R2 do that thing where he scans the whole building and finds a way out. Got it.
Seal the main gate and all portals. Let nothing escape this castle.
Surely Ventress knows that these droids are awful. Why trust them to do anything?
Ventress.
Dooku's assassin?
Don't know why it took until now for this movie to clumsily tell us who that person was. It's not like that chick is Padme's sister, or something that would require this to be a big reveal.
Let me show you how it works, clanker.
Can we even get excited when the good guys win against these droids? It's like playing the New England Patriots against a Pop Warner team and watching Bill Belichick doing a victory dance when it's 168-0 by the end of the first quarter, and everyone on the Pop Warner team is dead.
Master!
You! The baby Hutt does not know anything about landing platforms. He's a baby, and he was kidnapped and taken here, probably in a bowling ball bag. He doesn't understand anything about the gravity of this situation, or that it would help, and you. Also, a convenient landing platform with another ship on it is very, very convenient.
So how are we gonna get over there?
Ahsoka got all excited about a second platform, but had no idea how they'd get over there. That might as well have been on Earth's moon. Anakin jumps on the giant dragonfly when that apparently wasn't even an option earlier. Before, he was like, so much for going that way, but somehow forgot the dragonfly riding skill he learned while vacationing on Pandora.
Right here, Ventress.
Despite Anakin giving her an extremely long time to simply exterminate this dragonfly thing, or Anakin himself, Ventress is so taken aback by this she forgets to sit. R2-D2 can do this.
She's at it again.
Probably should wait to help her. She'd get all mad if she died while you were helping.
Don't you dare!
Making basically all the villains robots is a pretty clever way to make sure your young heroes can kill indiscriminately with zero moral repercussions.
Have you recovered Jabba's son?
How do you know to look up or down if you're transmitting a message via hologram?
Need I remind you, whoever gains Jabba's favor will control the war in the Outer Rim?
I hope not, because that's the whole point of everything that's happened so far. Also, this is like Indiana Jones saying something like, need I remind you, if we don't get the Ark of the Covenant, the Nazis will, 2/3 into the movie. Also, it sounds like Dooku could simply have kidnapped Jabba's kid, then cut out the part where he framed the Jedi for it, and simply brought the kid back to win Jabba's favor that way. He could have said anybody other than the Jedi, and it would have been a better plan. Wait, weren't the evil robots about to fly this ship out of here? Wouldn't this thing just be ready to go? Ah, f*** it. There's nothing R2 can't accomplish by sticking his penis in it. What the kind of jump was that?
Well, now I'm impressed.
Ventress allows Obi-Wan to quit.
Now you die.
Just kill him already!
Well, get focused, because things just got a lot harder.
Anakin says the same words he said to Padme on the first night they Apparently, Anakin decided to approach a friendly ship in an enemy ship without telling anyone, and he expected everyone to understand that he was a good guy by his flying style, I guess.
We've made it!
Premature celebration.
That changes our plans.
The explosion and numerous deaths? Yeah, I would hope so. Also, this is a perfect example of the f***ed-up tone that permeates this entire movie. It's possible to have a quipping, roguish anti-hero without being a blithe dick. Obi parkour. Her makeup doesn't look evil so much as it looks like she tried to make a suction cup over her mouth with a drinking glass. Anakin makes this ship jump into hyperspace, but wasn't Ahsoka looking for medical supplies? And is Baby Jabba even strapped in? And isn't R2 just standing around like a dick? Wouldn't hyperspace cause all 3 of those people I just mentioned to crash their bodies into the windshield? When the moon hits your eye like a flattened representation of spherical objects, that's a shoddy animation. Nice Fitbit.
You must dispense one of these medical boosters into the infant's mouth.
All that trouble with Jabba's kid being sick, and somehow this random ship carries a magical serum that saves the day.
They only promised to rescue your son to win your trust.
Jabba, despite being a disgusting larva troll, is smarter than this, right? Jedi are many things, but resorting to kidnapping? Their reputation is way more solid than that, right?
No, R2. I want the cannon operational first. Leave the rear deflector shields for later.
Can't he do both? He has the magical penis.
A strong attack eliminates the need for defense.
The best defense is a good offense, sure, but I wouldn't act like shields aren't a great and necessary idea.
It's too bad you decided not to repair the rear deflector shields.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Despite a massive amount of fire, these assholes couldn't hit this ship even if Anakin stopped in midair and built another ship on top of this one. Wait, do the blasts that miss the target just keep careening through space forever until they eventually hit something?
We've attempted to contact Jabba. He won't accept communication from us.
And there's no way in this futuristic world where we can leave a message or tell him what's going on. Intergalactic voicemail won't be invented until Steve Jobs' soul arrives in the galaxy.
Jabba the Hutt has an uncle in the old downtown area here on Coruscant.
Convenient relative on another planet is even more convenient than a landing platform with a ship on it.
What is it, Kronos 327?
The movie introduces us to Jabba's androgynous uncle who speaks fluent English, and may be the only English-speaking Hutt in the entire franchise only because subtitles are hard. Walking through the desert with no water or protection from two suns. Maybe that's why Ahsoka is that color.
Master Yoda has a saying, old sins cast long shadows.
Like that lap dance sin? Ah, so many memories.
What if she found out I helped you kidnap Jabba's son?
And what if I spelled it out in truly obvious fashion, just so an eavesdropper could hear me?
And you, my friend, will be left to take control of all the Hutt clans.
Character introduced with 15 minutes left in the movie revealed to be the catalyst of all the film's action.
I sense it too.
Baby Hutt can also sense the dark side of the Force.
Time to split up.
Movie decides to become an episode of Scooby-Doo in the last 10 minutes.
Don't touch that! Whatever you do, keep away from it!
Could be dangerous.
These droids have apparently never seen one of these hologram things before, which in this universe is goddamn impossible.
Your training has come a long way.
Sith Lord complimenting a young Jedi on their progress as a Jedi during a lightsaber fight cliche.
She's more skillful than you think.
Anakin has no reason to believe this. Also, why are you laughing, Dooku? Anakin just took your only mode of transportation, and you are in the middle of a desert.
Is anybody home?
3PO?
What is that?
A robot. It's always fucking robots. The clones come in blasting, and just barely manage to miss Zero the Hutt, who is their only way of proving the Jedi innocent in the kidnapping.
Your timing was perfect.
It wouldn't be Star Wars without some perfectly timed ex machinas. I guess we're supposed to be happy that Jabba, who is a dickhead, got his son back, because his son is a collectible that probably this whole movie was made for.
I am Senator Amidala of the Galactic Congress.
One day you'll make my daughter wear a slave outfit for sexploitation, but I'm not here to talk about that right now.
Senator, you have my undying gratitude.
No, Master Skywalker, it is I and the Republic who owes you thanks.
The Jedi armies will now have their supply routes to the Outer Rim.
This story will almost certainly be referred to throughout Revenge of the Sith, and the characters of Ahsoka, Jabba's son, and Ventress will all be remembered fondly in this universe by people who don't watch the cartoon series later. Ever since CinemaSins began, the most requested thing has been TV Sins, and now it's a reality. Click the link in the description below to check it out. And now, the audio outtakes.
Crime Lord Jabba the Hutt's son has been kidnapped by a rival band of pirates.
Oh, in the game, yo.
They're back!
They're back! If that shield's gonna be such a problem, why don't we just take it out?
Were you listening to the dude's story, Donnie? You're like a child who wanders in the middle of a movie and wants to know...
Behold the Underminer!
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Nonsense. General, there are numerous details to be discussed.
Prostitution whore! You are f***ing engaged 19 times!
Hey, mate! I think there's something wrong with your suit. Yeah, there's a dead guy in it.
Captain, what's going on down there?
What's going on here?
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.